presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. New course to most of the golfers on tour this challenging left of Maine. Rich Lerner with Frank Nobilo will be calling all the action from the cliffs at Lighthouse Point.
Another out here, some excellent choice of holes, and you're going to see the changes in elevation. You get this on a windy day, and of course 7,700 yards will play even longer than that. A nice calm day though, Rich, and you really can shoot a good score out here. Yeah, Rory's like a car that just has an extra gear. You know, if you've got five-speed gearbox, Rory's got 6. If you've got a 6-speed gearbox, he's got 7.
He's the souped-up Ferrari or Lamborghini. He can go. He's Formula One. Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. Might be a tough shot coming up. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
So that one settles about 18 feet away from the cup. Pretty good shot.
Still snack though. Oh, another one goes in.
Now at the second here at Lighthouse Point, Frank, this is some tough par 3.
If you want to try and really break the hole down and be a purist here, Rich, you'd like to hit a little cut into this green, something that moves away from the water and the cliff back towards that bunker. That would be the perfect shot to hit, but such a difficult par 3. Anything on the green would be good here.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are, because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Just a couple of feet. Even par early on. Now the third hole here at Lighthouse Point, par 5, 566 yards. That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. Frank, just a slight miss off the tee. He's in the fairway bunker.
Yeah, just really got to pick the right club once again. Sometimes you take a little bit more club out of the fairway bunker, choke down.
The second shot. Well, given the choice, most players would rather play from the green grass versus the white sand.
Yeah, there was no advantage to try and take that much more out of that fairway bunker. Couldn't reach the green. It's a smart play.
Tremendous shot. Fourth hole. I'm looking for a quality start. It's 411 yards and a par 4.
No fairway bunkers or bunkers really to contend with here. Cliffs to the left and also water on that side. But one of the wider fairways on this front side made up for by a very small green.
Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You'll need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
It should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Wow, Frank, he did well just to get it on the green. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
Just a fraction too aggressive. Remember, line and speed go together.
Sometimes you want that birdie so badly, and all of a sudden you're faced with a lot of work, more work than you had hoped for, just to make the par. With authority, count it as a par and 2 under. Now at the 5th hole, it's a par 4. Frank, what are we in store for?
Well, it's very easy to get lulled into a false sense of security here, Rich. No fairway bunkers, you sort of think you would blaze away. But really, you've got to find the fairway here. Very small green and well protected by that bunker, short and right of this green. So if you miss the fairway, this hole becomes very difficult indeed quite quickly.
Frank, that swing looks lively and strong.
Oh, that had to fly 300. It's close to 310. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
Well, that's what the great ones do. From the rough, they use their skill and their strength to get it out and get it close. Good effort and a good par putt. Par 3 6th is relatively short, 198 yards, Frank.
But this one, really, you've got to go airborne here. That bunker that protects the left side and front, you've got to carry that and get it to land soft so it doesn't skip through the back of the screen.
Well, you could hear it right off the center of the club face. This has a chance to be close. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. He can really get red hot with a putter. Let's see what McIlroy does.
Oh, what a bonus.
Now to the 7th hole here at Lighthouse Point. Frank, we all love the shorter par 4s.
There's so many decisions to be made here at 7. If you look at the scorecard, it's not very long, but when you start to flash your driver down that right side, you'll notice that fairway gets very narrow. So the decision is really that's the prudent play or not. From there, it's just a short iron in, and you should be looking at birdie. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Good tee shot, right in the fairway, and plenty long. Frank, getting set for this approach shot, our featured golfer is a player, it's obvious, in full flight right now.
It is. This is where it doesn't matter what the sport is, and golf is a great example for it, though, where when you play your best, it's almost like you're just playing out of your subconscious. Everything happens, it just flows, and you don't really think about it.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important that this one goes in.
Knocks that putt in for par to stay at 3 under. Well, a bit unusual. A third par 3 now on this front side. We're at the 8th. It's 165 yards, Frank.
And this par 3 looks nothing like the previous two. Heads towards the edge of the cliff there. Long green, almost a figure 8 or an hourglass shape. Bunkers left and right. Going to have to be straight here.
So off the tee here at the par 3, not his best stuff, but still a chance to make the 3.
Yeah, that was a poor miss off the tee. See if he can redeem himself.
That is a tremendous shot right there. Touch and nerve. Had it all, and he has the bottom of the barrel. Now to the par 5 9th, Frank, what are we looking at here?
Well, for the longer hitters, it's actually a chance to reach par 5 and 2. 300 yards is where that fairway starts to bend more to the left. So if you do the maths, it's going to give you roughly 250 yards to the middle sort of front left of that green. That's the easy way to play the hole. Make a mistake off the tee.
Wow, Frank, look at that one run out. Just blistered that tee shot.
Well, that has to be 325 if it's an inch.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in.
Great shot out of the rough. He avoided all the troubles just to get that on the green.
That was not an easy shot. He'll settle. These putts keep the round together. Playing some outstanding golf right now. That's another birdie and 5 under par. Now on the 10th hole here at the Cliffs at Lighthouse Point as we begin our trek homeward here at this magnificent golf course. This one puts a little fear into you, Frank. I'm looking at a par 4 and it's almost 600 yards. Help.
Help, you're going to need it, that's for sure. And one of the things they've done to help you is a big elevated tee, so that'll at least chew some of the yardage off. Hopefully the prevailing breeze is also at your back, which might shorten that number up. Pretty generous fairway. Try and take those bunkers out of play with the big hefty club. And when you get on the green, you're going to realize there's 2 greens here, Rich. 10 shares the same green as 13.
Frank, high-level players are never terribly disappointed to play from the fringe, and that's where this ball has ended up.
Yeah, it could have been better, it could have been worse, but in the end, you just nothing much you can do about it now. A couple of choices coming up.
That is classy.
No chance of going in.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now we go to the 11th hole, and this is a par 5, but it's actually shorter than the par 4 10th. This one comes in at 530 yards, and more evidence of the kind of creativity by the award-winning design team of Patel and Duncan.
Well, that's right. Patel really is known to be the shaper. He's the one that makes all those interesting shapes of the bunkers. For example, here, nipping it in the fairway, making driver almost too much club or very, very risky, plus the front bunker there. You know, this is a great par 5. The reason why, it's reachable, it's tempting, but you don't know what you're going to finish up shooting on it. Second shot.
Headed for the bunker? Well, we've seen this before today, in the bunker. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know, it might just go in.
Early part of this second nine, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie.
It's no snack, though.
Well, he's not going to be real happy with that. Wow. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. Moving on to the 12th hole now. Par 4, 439 yards.
This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank. Second shot coming out of the rough here. What's it look like, Frank?
Judging by that lean, Rich, this has got to be going right.
Frank, it's not about getting the ball close to the hole. From that spot,
well, he had no chance to get it close. I thought he had very, very, very little chance of getting it on the green. So given that, that was a very good shot.
Nicely holed. Fourth birdie of the day. On to the 13th, and Frank, I love golf courses where you run into something you've never seen before. I have never played a par 5 of 700 or more yards. Here it is.
I'm loving that balance.
Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
And he steps up to take this shot from the fairway. Frank, he's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy, but on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep doing it.
Let's see what the dominant #1 player can do. Rory. Just a bit offline here, Frank, but not too bad.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the wind or just the lie there. Should be okay.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. Bang. Par 3 14th, headed over Lake Zimmer. Old man Zimmer was a legend in these parts here in Maine at Lighthouse Point. All you want here, Frank, at 240 yards. Pretty far from the hole, but still on the green, and that's never too bad. Long putt here. This will require a good touch. Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, #1, and then the read, and missed out on that second part. Routine stuff for Rory. That's a par. Rich Lerner back at Lighthouse Point with Frank Nobilo. We're at the 15th hole. Frank, a relatively short par 4, 387 yards.
Yeah, finally we get one under 400 yards. A little bit of trouble off the tee to be avoided. Bunker left and that little pot bunker on the right. But missed those. And really, this is a very much a scoring opportunity.
Excellent looking shot here.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it.
Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Birdie try up next. Settles in over the putt. Hard putt, soft hands, beautiful roll. And another fun hole here at Lighthouse Point. It's the last par 3 on the back nine as we begin this closing stretch. 241 yards downhill, par 3 16th.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. That's a bit offline in the rough. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. How about that shot right there from that lie in the rough to knock it that close? That's good. And that's in for a par. 17th hole is another par 5, 613 yards. Frank, how do you play it?
Well, only the longest hitters can get here in two. It's two big hits, that's for sure. S-shaped fairway, so if you can't reach the par 5 and 2, you can still plot your way down there for a nice little pitch, and really great opportunity to get one back off the scorecard.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. In the bunker, still with a chance for an up and down. And once again, off the tee and in the bunker. Frank, that was the right thing to do.
Yeah, there was no advantage to try and get any more out of that. Smart shot.
So, third shot now for Rory McIlroy. Look out left.
And there's rough over there.
Frank, not where he wants to be, but not out of the hole here at the par 5.
No, but Rich, to drop a shot here would really set him backwards.
And Frank, that steady play continues.
Rock solid. Excellent approach shot.
For par. 8 under par for the round. Well, at last we're at number 18, and Frank, I have really enjoyed this golf course, and now when you see the lighthouse in the distance, it really makes it that much more special.
It is. The beacon will always take you home, and speaking of home, this finishing hole, it bends to the left. A good tee shot will somehow find the fairway and just leave you a short iron in, and of course, you make 3 here, and then that smile's going to light up like a beacon.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is. Well, that's got to be 300 yards, isn't it?
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Frank, not close, but not bad either.
You can always make the odd 20-footer. That's exactly how far they are away.
Headed for home and in. What a tremendous putt. Frank, that was an impressive round out there today.
Couldn't agree more, Rich. We've seen some great shots out there, and I'm excited to see how the rest of this tournament plays out.